Good morning. Happy Wednesday. Happy Mind Your Wednesday. When we were little, back in the day, when kids actually played outside in the street with everybody in the neighborhood back in the daytime, we would do this thing. I don't even know if it had a name, but they would get your two fingers and squeeze your two fingers as hard as you can. Usually this is a two-person thing, but I'm gonna demonstrate with you today because it's just me. But you would be squeezing someone else's two fingers like this and hold it for about 20 seconds. So can you do that? Can you do that for me? Take two fingers, wrap your other thumb on top, and squeeze as tight as you can. And we're gonna hold that for like 20 seconds, okay? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Squeezing. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Now don't open your hand. Open just enough to get your fingers out. Leave your hand in this fist position. Okay? And then the other person would come and then they would just rub your hand and pet, 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 pet. So rub your hand, rub your hand, rub your hand, rub your hand for about 5 seconds a few times, right? Keeping your hand in this position. Now try and open your hand. Feels like your fingers are stuck, right? Now if you kind of push through that a little bit, they're gonna open up. Yeah, and it's kind of freaky. It gets kind of freaky. But what happens is when you're in this posture of squeezing, so your muscles get tight and they get real tight, real tight. And so your fingers kind of be like, okay, we've been in this position for a good little minute. I guess this is where we need to be, right? So even when you take your fingers out and don't open your hand, it's like, okay, we're not squeezing anymore, but we're still in this position. Okay, so we're going to chill out here for a minute. And then when the other person comes in and rubs your hand, it kind of soothes and makes your fingers think, oh, okay, well, this is okay. We can just chill out right here, right? So when you realize, no, I need to use my hand, those fingers, like, now wait a minute. What is it you want to do? This is a great representation of how a lot of us respond to traumas in our life. We get in situations and we're really tense and we're squeezing and we're holding on to something. So it could be a relationship, it could be a job, it could be anything that you feel like you're going to lose or you're just holding on to so tightly that you think that's the posture you're supposed to be in, or that's your response. You stay in this tense, tight position. So even though you've taken your fingers out, but you're still in this tense position, you get stuck there because your mind has told you, okay, this is just a place that I'm going to be right now. And then what do? We kind of pet it ourselves. It's not that bad. Maybe it's always going to be this way. Or you just adjust or over adjust to, well, this is just where I'm going to have to be. Or this just is how it is. Stuff always happens to me, so I might as well just stay here so I don't have to reposition myself when the next thing happens. And you're stuck. You're stuck right here. And that all those excuses that you made about being in this position, this is what you were doing. You were massaging it. So now it feels better. I'll just stay here. And then you get comfortable. And then you're comfortable there. And then some time goes on and you have some self-discovery time or self-care time and you realize, I don't want to be here anymore. I'm not in that bad relationship anymore. I don't have to stay on guard defending myself anymore. I don't have to have that wall up anymore. But then you go to move and it's uncomfortable and it hurts even sometimes to try to get out of that position because you've been in it for so long. You just accepted it as what it needs to be. But a lot of people can miss this step because they become familiar and comfortable in it. So I submit to you, once you get to that place in your life, though it's uncomfortable and it may hurt, push through. Push through. One thing I've read about or heard about is like muscle memory. Sometimes you can have injuries and you may heal wrong, but you can recondition that muscle to go back to its original form and state of memory and be flexible again and be able to move and flow how you need to be without the stress, without the trauma, without that tightness and holding on to it. Let it go. Yeah. Allow yourself to let it go and let your fingers and your muscles and your mind and your life be all that it can be. Guys, I hope you've enjoyed this Mind Your Wednesday and take that into consideration. Sometimes we are out of these bad traumatic situations, but our posture is still like this and we don't even realize it. We've made excuses to be okay, to survive, and that's okay if that's where you found yourself. But just know, you get that little catch, push through it and come to the other side. You'll be so glad you did. Don't stay stuck in this defensive posture. So, as I always say, if nobody else has told you that they loved you today, I love you, I love you, I love you. Be a great day.